Hello, friends. I'm blonde for a second as I work to re-dye uh, my hair for Halloween. But hi, hello. It's been a while. I can't remember if I had blue hair last time I saw you. So if you haven't, it's good to see you again. It's good to see friends in circle. And if you're watching the recording, it's great to see you through the ether. That connects us all. Um, let's dive in to um that which we are doing. So, our word this month has been solid. What is solid? What do we feel works for us? So, today we're honoring what's solid and uncertain times. So, as always, I want to start with what is the intention of our ritual today? Well, this is a ritual where we're using art to ground ourselves in that which is not shifting or is solid in our lives. Using intuitive art as a tool to support us in focusing on what is solid for us in order to move with the changes of the world. As I was putting this together for this month, I got to thinking about specifically how trees break in storms. It is often because they are not bending with the winds that are happening. So I grew up in Texas. In Dallas, we had uh, tornado warnings all the time. The trees that were more likely to fall were the stiffer trees. They were the ones that they could not bend. Of course, sometimes no matter how much you bend, you still break, right? But the idea of flexibility throughout the core while staying rooted was something that really just kind it was something I was reflecting on and thinking about, and especially thinking about the word solid. What is solid for us is our foundation. So can we bend with the changes while knowing the foundation we return to is here, right? Can we be flexible regardless of how difficult things get? We will also be thinking about today in this intention, thinking about the layers of solid connection we have and honoring these layers with our creative connection. That meaning, that word salad, is really, can we see like the different layers of what's important to us, right? So, like, yes, we have people who are solid in our lives, but not everyone can show up for us all the time. What do we have outside of others, right? What are the layers of our support? How do we remain solid and show up for ourselves? How can we hold parts of ourselves as the solid parts we can trust, right? So that's our intention today, is to creatively channel that which is solid for ourselves. Um, and of course, please remember, intuitive art is about channeling. If you find yourself judging throughout this process, it's okay. It's part of the process, but tell the inner critic to keep it moving, right? You who are here and connecting with art, everything you put on your page, your canvas, whatever material it might be, is divine with the intention we bring to it, right? So, on that note, let's take a deep breath around this intention. And maybe you have an intention you want to kind of bring to the table today. I want to invite you to do that. So, take a deep breath in. Hold that intention in your heart and let it out. Let out that breath and release some tension as we begin to ground in this process. So I'm just going to share uh, that which I've already shared. This is in the creative prompts for the month, kind of like thinking about solid. And this, of course, was how I was feeling about it in the month prior, right? In September, as I'm writing for the next month. This is my relationship with this word, focusing on solid as our theme as we move from Libra to Scorpio. Of course, we're in it now. The Scorpio season, this time of year, is perpetual instability. Or there is the stability of everything is change, right? But yes, but what is solid to us is really more supportive now than ever in these times of change. And of course, there is the change of the world. There are things happening that are outside of our control. There are things we are trying to change or trying to move through, right? And in these changes that are happening, both big and small, whether it is the flowers of your life that are wilting or leaves that are falling within your job, or perhaps just things that are not going as expected, we really should be focusing on these structures that support us. And I want to kind of circle back to this idea of a spiritual question with what is solid, because we can continue growing and we can continue to reassess our belief system in order to truly know what our belief system is, right? So even finding what beliefs are actually solids, are solid, and what systems better serve us, what is a stronger system to support us, right? So with this idea of it being not just a literal, but a spiritual question, I want to kind of think a little bit about Scorpio, Scorpio season. Scorpio asks us to dive into the waters of the spiritual and sensual, to dig into the dark shadows without fear, but with presence. In these shadows, can we find what's solid and real? And that, I think, is really important to our reevaluating of our spiritual life, right? We have to constantly reevaluate and change how things go. But what is solid? What is the bones? What is the thing that holds it all together, or the roots beneath that are planting? What is? I want to bring that to you in this process. So on that note, what is solid in your life? Is this people, systems, our spirit, our faith, our creativity, our jobs, or roles that we fulfill, right? So already I want you to kind of like hone in on what word or words are kind of pulling to you. Maybe just like really assessing what that looks like and why. It's kind of taking a moment to ground in that area to reflect on. With that, let's take another deep breath in through the nose. Hold it at the top and let it out. And if you're watching this as a recording, remember you get to pause it whenever you want. So if you need more reflection on this, please do. But let's just take some time to drop in and connect to the body, right? We take some deep breaths. But I want us to just kind of maybe stand for a second. Walk straight. Stand behind your chair, behind the desk for a second. Take a deep breath. Or maybe you were sitting on the floor, maybe stand for a second. Just kind of find a good pose that fits you, one that's rooted to the earth. Hands can be out, maybe to the heart, maybe up in the air, connecting to the collective, whatever really feels right in the body. This is one thing about art as ritual. We are connecting to the body and following our intuition here. There's no right or wrong. The invitation simply is let's take some deep breaths and move in a way that feels good. Maybe some stretches, pulling opposite wrist to opposite side of the body. Maybe cactus pose, allowing your shoulder blades to almost kiss like two old friends. Bring the fingers, rolling the wrists, bring the hands behind the back maybe, and stretch, look up in the sky or the ceiling, wherever you're at, just to give you a second to extend the arms and back in a little differently than you might have today. Look down, side to side. And swing those arms side to side, shake out the hands before you have a seat. And if you did something completely different, that's fine with me. That is fine. You are allowed to do what feels good. So before we dive into some meditation and then ritual, we're going to do some journaling. Yes, Shiva, I understand. I'm going to pull some music up. So please feel free to explore these in a way that feels good to you and authentic to you. Shiva is messing with things. Excuse you. Um, and I'll check back in. As we kind of come back, again, if you're watching this as a recording, feel free to take your time. Pause this video and just keep diving in, digging, and exploring these questions, right? As as we prepare to meditate, I want to invite you to bring your divination tools and um, creative material. So paper, pencil, whatever you're using today, please bring that out. And let's get into it. Take a second to ground the body. So maybe that means closing the eyes and just feeling the body for a second. Maybe it's keeping the eyes open, but connecting with your breath. Whatever that is, just kind of take a second to find what feels good. Unclench your jaw. Relax your shoulders and allow your eyes to just soften. Take your time getting here. And remember, wherever you're at, it's perfect. Deep breath here if you haven't already. Just allow your body to come to stillness. Pet the cat if it's near. She, her, them. Take one hand, put it on your art materials. Take another hand, put it on your heart. Take a deep breath here now. Exhale to the mouth. Creating a bridge between yourself and your tools of creativity. Just with that hand over the heart, another over your paper. Breathe in deeply. And then you sit with a sigh. Shake out any last tension. Come to stillness. In the stillness, I want you to imagine your bottom, wherever it is, your feet, whatever is touching ground, is becoming deeply rooted. I want you to envision for yourself these roots running deep. You're allowing yourself to connect to the breath, connecting to the body as it grounds itself where you are. You are solid. Solid in the sense that you are grounded in who you are and grounded in the magic of yourself, of your unique. With this next inhale, I want you to breathe in a word that you are holding for this ritual. Breathe it in through the nose. Hold that word in your heart, almost like an intention. Don't question it. Hold it here into the heart. Whatever that word may be, whether it's solid or anything else, release with a breath out the mouth. Finding stillness in that word that you hold. As you sit here grounded and solid, strong and rooted. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And let it all out with a sigh. Whatever word came forward to you today, I want you to just repeat that in your head for a minute. As your mantra, as your intention, this word that acts as a seed in your heart, this magic spark of your creative self. Taking one last deep inhale into the nose and out with a sigh. Allow those roots to just hold you tonight as you come back to your body. Notice the feeling of your shirt, skin, and the art materials under your other hand as you just slowly take your time. There's no rush in this practice. You are solid in your ability to show up for yourself because you're here right now. It's pretty great. She was a solid force in my life as she jumps up in my lap to join us. Coming back to your space, we're gonna just get right into it. So a reminder that intuitive art is what it is. There is no right or wrong. Every mark is sacred. Every mark, even mistakes, quote unquote. I'm gonna put on some music. If you don't like it, please feel free to put on your own tunes. And yeah, I'll leave some reminders for while you're working. Let's just get into it and I'll circle back, come back to you when it is time. Obviously, move your shoulders. I just had to remind myself Sorry. Procreating. With my cat. Remember, it's okay to relinquish control in the process. As I was drawing a long line, my cat nudged my hand that was drawing. And that is kind of just like a really great reflection of the realities of art making. Um, things are gonna go crazy. It's like baby. And actually, on that note, I think it's gonna be a good place to stop the video. Um, of course, if you are working, please keep working. Don't stop here. Keep going. Um, but in closing, thank you for joining me. Maybe this was helpful, and I really hope it was at recentering you. Again, please continue working wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Um, but I just really want to thank you for showing up and hope that this brings you some clarity around what is solid in your life. And focusing on that it's not a fix all. It's not a like, ooh, magic, I'm cured, everything's falling into place. But it's important to keep that perspective in order to feel grounded. Um, it helps, right? The whole world feels crazy. Focusing on that one spot in the distance, that one thing. I'm thinking about car rides. If you feel sick, you look out far away at something that isn't moving super fast because it's far away, and that recenters you. You can sometimes get rid of those physical feelings because we've just changed our perspective a little bit. And of course, it's related to the physiological things within the body, but the point remains the same. Um, even when there's things that aren't going as expected, like tonight with my cat nudging my hand, it was a reminder that even though that line wasn't going exactly where I wanted it to go, I still did have fun with it and I added a new thing with it. So, what's solid for me, and I'm just sharing this, ignore it or take it, whatever, feel great. What's solid for me is my art practice, it's a spiritual practice. And that's enough to recenter me, even when things feel out of control or unexpected. And that's something I'm going to think a lot about, I think, tonight and tomorrow and a few days from now, and hope to recenter myself by thinking about it. So, anyway, I'm rambling and I'm sorry for that. But thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me in this process. And until next time, friends, make sure you're checking out the prompts to dive deeper into this theme of solid. And of course, next month, new theme. Excited to share it. But anyway, until next time, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for you. Thank you for supporting me. And Shiva thanks you too. Yay. Goodbye, y'all.